3, 2.5 because the other one crashed and we did nothing, so, you know. But now we can make progress again. So now we have to go to one of the most annoying areas and fight the easiest boss.
Wait, to your base? Holy crap.
Oh no, that dark spirit that invaded me, I was so scared. It sucks that you had to return home.
Go back to my place then. Tell me your base, Rip. I need a carpenter. Thank you.
Holy shit, did we just 5-shot the crystal sage? Almost. One more hit and the sage is gone. Sage Dunzo, the next hit. Hopefully. Nope, one more hit. Really, game? You gonna force this on me? Okay, well, we 6-hit the crystal sage. Progress, boys, progress. You're really, really loud.
I just wanted to eat a honey bun.
I know you want to eat a honey bun, but you're just like crinkle, 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 crinkle.
Stop being mean to me.
I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest. Honestly mean. Oh.
My game is Peter Pan shit again. Oh no, we're good. Hi, Kitty.
So don't worry, Shreem. This time we could probably actually kill the deacons on the first try. Unlike the sorcerer playthrough where we got fucking annihilated. So Hominy, you want to hear something funny? I know you're gonna like this. So you know how you said you rage quit Dark Souls 3? So I did a challenge run where I was playing sorcery, and sorcery doesn't have much AoE, and there's a boss, and it's the easiest boss in the game, and it's just AoE, you know, it's crowd control. And when you're playing with a class that doesn't have crowd control, it's really hard to beat them. It took me like 5 tries on the easiest boss in the game. I was really sad about that. Oh no, he's dreadfully easy. It's literally just a bunch of slow people walking at you, and you just gotta kill them. Until you get to phase 2, and he starts pooling the curse at the top, and if you don't beat him fast enough, it insta-kills you. But it's easy to not do that. Please, let me light the bonfire. I don't want to hear you praying to you becoming a simp. Why wouldn't there be PvP? It's fucking Dark Souls, dude. There's also co-op, so like, if you ever need help, I could just get someone into your world and do everything for you because you're new. Dude, it's so much fun though, it's so easy. I know I shouldn't say it's easy, but I mean, I've gone through so much bullshit in this game that it's easy to me now. Like, I played the worst possible classes already, and it's just, it makes me cry. But this is gonna be fun. We're doing a pug list run next. If you don't know what that is, the technical term is punching things. We're gonna be a boxer, so instead of just punching things with our normal fists, we can use upgraded punching fists. It's gonna be really helpful.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat every boss punching them. I'm gonna beat the big dragon. I'm gonna beat the old man.
Dear.
Gonna beat the
Nameless King.
just by punching it. Yeah.
Alright, Missy, let's go fucking murder Freya. Eat.
I'm gonna go kill the guy that rides the dragon.
Nameless King. I
I'm
know
gonna
their names.
spin him at the
Murder friends.
Garuda place or whatever. I'm gonna collect a bunch of
shit.
hearts of the King Scourge.
It's a girl this time. Hello, blacksmith. Oh, the blacksmith. Usually they're guys.
I straight up, I had a s'mores blizzard at Dairy Queen.
I always check.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a Dairy Queen, like a s'mores blizzard, and I really want another one. They're so good. I'm trying to give up junk food, but then they come up with something so good, man. Oh, I don't want to, but I want to be healthier. I gave up soda, okay? But like, oh, that blizzard sounds really good. I can't help it, dude. I'm like, such a good blizzard. The only thing I'm not going to give up, though, is Cheez-Its. I just, you know. See? You have a daughter? You're 25.
So?
Do you have a girlfriend or a wife? Is it hers? Whore? Things don't work out. I knocked up a chick and now we're not friends anymore. You knocked me up. Oh, sucks to suck, kid. Reagan's just like stabbing a wolf into oblivion, and like her tiger's just watching, and it can't move because it's trying not to fall off a cliff.
Hello.
Claims to be an animal lover, yet she's literally just like killing a wolf brutally. She was like giving it bleed and shit. Like, ugh, how could you?
Look at my tiger's eyes in the dark.
Yeah, they're red.
Yeah. I know there's a whoa! Almost walked straight off that.
I just got fucking stabbed by a slime. I will not put up with this bullshit, Dark Souls. I've been disrespected now. I feel kind of sad about that. I really don't want to fight the Cathedral Knights. They hurt like a bitch.
What, Max?
I thought there was an undead bone shard in this place, but I cannot remember. Honestly, I can't remember for the life of me if there's one. Even though I've ran through this place at least a dozen times in multiple different playthroughs, I just cannot remember. I don't think there is. I think there's just the Estus shard that I grabbed. No, there is one, and I grabbed it already. Okay, we're all good. We're all good, guys. I already have the good thing.
You see?
Oh shit. Where's the new guy? Oh, there he is. Is he the fat guy? Okay, I don't see the red glowy guy.
There you are. Come here.
Oh, it's because he's hiding around a corner. So I did the worst possible playthrough just to prove my point. This game can suck if you play it right. And the only good thing that came from that playthrough is I was able to have poise, which means, you know, like I could overpower. Like if I got hit, it wouldn't break my attack. But now I don't have poise, and I'm playing magic, and now I kind of miss the poise. I don't miss the class. The class fucking sucks, but the poise rocks. I mean, okay, it wasn't all bad, right? There was one good thing. There was like one thing that made the run amazingly easy, but everything else just sucked. Everything else was so bad. It made me, I almost quit the run. Like, let me put it this way, I thought it was impossible, so I almost stopped until I made it possible. It was implausible until I decided to make it work, and then we did the run, and I feel very completed. Because it was the worst, it's the worst magic in the game. It's miracles, and miracles are weak as hell. But I feel good. How's it? Okay, let me put it this way. Pretty much everything's resistant to it. And everything, and the mana cost for it, or the FP, is so absurdly high that it's hard to use early game. And the worst part about it is it's weaker than every other class of magic. So for the strongest attack to hit its hardest possibility, it has to proc 3 times. On the initial, on the middle, and on the final impact. And then it will do 1,200 damage. With one attack in the sorcery, I was doing like 1,200, and that's a first proc, first time attack. Yeah, and I'm playing pyromancy now, and you need 3 procs to make the miracles work. So I'm playing pyromancy now, and it takes 1 proc as well, and I was just doing almost 800 damage, and I'm only level 40, and I was level 100 plus with that character that did the few hundred proc, like the 100 damage procs. That's the worst part about pyromancy, is not pyromancy, miracles, is they're so weak. You know, it's like they're really weak, and they have a high mana cost, so you can't really use them early game. But you know, when when you're doing a run like that, you have to. So I had to grind myself to the level I am now, and I'm getting closer to the final boss each stream. So that's sad. That I'm the same level I was when I beat the first boss. Really, the first actual. Well, okay, it's like this. So you collect souls, and each time you level up using souls, you need more, right? Well, the area I had to grind has really small, had really small soul drops, so I had to grind for hours just to get the same level I am now. But the more you go on, the more souls you get, and it's just, it's bad. It's
forget how far you live.
When you have to grind for hours to beat the first official boss, it's sad. Yeah, it sucks, man. It was horrible, but I'm past it now, so that's all that matters. Doesn't have to be, honestly. Like, on one of my playthroughs, I beat the actual game at I want to say I beat the game at level 90, and that's pretty low. And then I could, if I really tried, I could beat it without dying. Hell, I could easily do it. In one of my runs, I kicked his ass. Damn, nice, man. We're not gonna... Yeah. Nice. It's always fun to challenge yourself. God damn. So the final boss, which I consider the final boss, his name is Madir, and he's a black dragon, and so he has this one attack, and it always gets me because it's quick. It's his quickest attack in my opinion, and what he does is he jumps forward and tail whips, right? So I was playing my most recent playthrough, and I was playing Archer, and I was trying to heal, right? And he hit me, so I go to heal with my last S's. He jumps forward and he tail whips me and he kills me, and I beat him the next try. But I was like, it's that tail whip has gotten me so many times because it's so quick. I don't have enough reaction time to actually deal with it, so I'll tank it, and then I'll start healing, and I'm like, okay, I'm still in this. Okay, so basically, how it works is it's a rhythm game. So each one has a predictable move set, and whenever I play and whenever I stream, you'll hear me counting the attacks before I know they're vulnerable. So when I'm fighting Madir, I'll go 1, 2, 3, fire, 1, 2, 3, tail whip, and then I'll be able to attack. And I do it. It's for myself mostly, but also to help, as a little tip to the viewers. And then, all the attacks are really well telegraphed, except for that tail whip from Madir. And it's really easy to know how to dodge him if you understand the mechanics of iframes. So the way iframes work is in the middle of your roll, the climax of your roll, you're immune to everything, like debuffs or damage. So if you can time a roll perfectly, you won't take damage. So whenever you're fighting a boss and you can't get out of there, try and roll through the attack, and if your roll outlasts it and the iframes work, you'll be able to survive it. Or my favorite way to iframe an attack is if I know I'm gonna get hit by something really hard, always take a hit that knocks you to the ground, because it gives you iframes as well. So I'll get hit to the ground, and then they'll do their combo, but since I had those iframes, I won't take damage from it. Then I'll get up and I'll start kicking their ass. And that's my favorite way to abuse the iframes, is instead of rolling through them, you just take an attack that you know will give you them. And I do it a lot. I mean, it's like, I do it with Madir, I do it with Gale, I do it with the Nameless King, the hardest bosses in the game. You're able to iframe through their attacks if you roll or get knocked down at the perfect moment. It's just abusing the algorithm of the game, and that's how you win. It's a very complicated game to understand until you realize the inner mechanics of it. It's absurdly difficult, but also absurdly fun once you can master the game. Yeah, I mean, it's that's. See, I sucked at Dark Souls. Like I played it and I just sucked. I couldn't beat anything, you know, until I came across my favorite playstyle, and it's just tank through everything. So there's certain buffs weapons can give you. It's damage boost, poise boost, defense boosts, you know, things like that when you activate them. Well, my favorite weapon in the game is called Vort's Hammer, and it gives you a poise buff and some resistances. And the reason why poise is so good is it'll let you tank through an attack and let you finish your attack. So okay, so this is how it is. You'll never run out of durability on a weapon. It's so funny. But what it is you'll have a certain amount of health, right? So the poise, you'll still take the full damage from that attack that you're supposed to receive, but it won't break your. So whenever you get hit and you're about to do a hit, it'll normally stagger you, right? Well, poise makes it so that stagger effect doesn't proc. So you'll be able to finish your attack before you're able to get staggered again. So when I was playing with Vorts, I'd activate the poise buff, get hit by the hardest attack they could do, and then get the finishing blow with it. So the attack I used, and I call it the boom cannon for a reason, is because you can charge up his heavy attack, or the heavy attack on Vort's Hammer, to do insane amounts of damage. And it also gives frostbite, which will stack damage on top of it. So, sorry, I'm like killing things. Yeah, it's one of the more helpful or annoying buffs or debuffs you can get. And well, because if it happens to you, it chunks your health about half. Alright, just kill me, thank you. Anyways, yeah, it hurts like a bitch. But if you can use it correctly, you'll proc the you can stack frostbite. So what you gotta do is you gotta be holding a weapon that gives it, and then be holding a torch in your other hand. You cause the frostbite, hit him with the torch, and it gets rid of the debuff. Get the frostbite, hit the torch, get the frostbite, and then you can keep doing that, and you're abusing the game again, and that's how you win. You know, it's all about knowing the inner workings, and then you'll be able to. It's such an easy game to exploit if you know how to. See, I know everything. I know. Oh, I mean, it can be. Hell, I sucked at this game. Don't get me wrong, I was bad once, right? And then I picked up the game like a few months ago. And my first playthrough back, I fucking steamrolled everything. And I don't know why. I sucked before this, you know? I re-downloaded it and I was like, you know what, I'm actually gonna beat it this time. By myself. And I steamrolled the entire game. Because I was watching videos on it. I was like, wow, I really want to play that. And honestly, just watching speedrunners do it, they'll give you tips like how to deal with certain bosses or how to deal with hazards. And it's like they will teach you a lot. And the speedrunning techniques are really broken. Like this one guy, he uses this type of sword that you can get to +10 really quick, and that you can put a lightning buff on it. And the lightning buff, even though it's resisted by a lot of things are also weak to it, or it's neutral damage. And it's just, if you build your character right, you know, it's a dex weapon, so you want to build dex on it. But if you can, you're gonna be, it will proc for about 1,000 damage a hit, and it's one of the faster hitting weapons. But that's only if you know how to build your character correctly, you know. Oh, armor can give you buffs too. I mean, it's not only armor, it's literally a survival technique in the game. You know, like during the mage playthrough, there's a helmet that will give you like 10% damage, but you also take 5% more damage. You know, there's a ring that will give you 10% more, I mean 15% more fire damage, but you take 10% more, you know, damage from everything else. And it's really just depending on your playstyle. For me, the rings were they can be a death sentence if you can't build right. So every time I played pyromancy, I failed because I don't know how to balance my damage and my health reservoir. So I'd always build full damage, full mana, no health. But since I played the sorcery, since I played the miracle, I've been able to balance those out. So I'll still be doing so much. The bosses are going to take, you know, about 5 shots to kill me. So it gives me a barrier of survivability. And that's something you're going to learn. You're going to have to learn how to balance if you want to play this game. Is if you're going to play one of the more complicated classes. Okay, let me put this into example. I'm going to do a run where it's a dual wielded sword. It needs 4 different stats to scale. So I'm going to have to keep my health up and these 4 stats up if I want to be doing decent damage. So you're gonna have to balance your health and all these different stats, and that's where the difficulty comes in. It's really hard. It's hard for me to balance three stats, but it's gonna be balancing 5. Because right now it's health, mana, and intelligence, or faith. So that's 3 stats. I need to balance 5 for this next run. Oh, not the next run, but in a few runs from now. I'm going to have to balance 5 stats at the same time. And that's just oof. I mean, it's a very complicated game, but it's fun when you beat it. Yeah. Yeah, I started this. I started this pyromancer run, and I was like, wow, I kind of just want to keep playing Conan. And then I got into it. See, it's one of those games where in the beginning it's not all too fun, but once you get into it, it's just it's so captivating. Oh. So you might think I'm crazy, but I don't like this game because I'm good at it. I like it because it challenges me. Because I get really bored with a lot of games because they're easy, right? But, ooh, it's a challenging game. And I made it easy for myself, and it's kind of sad. Dark Souls. Okay, so Conan, you can exploit the AI easily. I've done it, you know, like... But with Dark Souls, the AI's meant to be complex because that's the type of game it is. Conan's supposed to be like adventure, you know, things will get in your way, things won't, you know, basic AI setup. But with Dark Souls, in Conan or in which game? Oh no, I haven't. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. No, I'm just meaning like it's easier to exploit the game in games like Conan because they have weaker AI set up because it's an adventuring type of game. But games like Dark Souls, the AI is meant to be difficult because that's how they want you to play the game. So in Conan, even though I haven't done all the DLC or else I haven't done all the content, all the enemy AI is strictly almost the same. You know, it's attack, attack, attack whenever you can. It's not blocking, it's not, you know, it's only attacking. That's mostly what the AI is centered around. But in Dark Souls, no, I meant like the AI, not the character. Yeah, the NPCs. Yeah. Forget it. Yeah. Well, I'm. Let me put it this way: yeah, in Conan, the odds are always stacked against you, but they give you something to help make them even, right? The bosses have, 16 times the health you do, but you have a thrall that has, the same amount of health or more. You have a thrall that has 10 times your strength, and yeah, I'm just saying that's the difference in Dark Souls is it's not giving you, that thrall to help. It's entirely based on the player that's doing it. Oh my, yeah. I just did something disgusting. So, oh my god. Okay, let me put it this way. I just beat a boss, alright? During that conversation, it took me less than a minute to beat one of the harder bosses in the game for me personally. It is insanely hard, but I don't even know how I did it. I was just spamming R1 while talking. I wasn't even paying attention to the fight, and I just beat him in about 5 hits. And he is one of the harder bosses for me in the game. And it's only because I was able to balance my stats. But in Conan, it's like I can go tame a Delancey. I can get the perfect modifiers. I can get her really strong, and then I can go against any boss and it's dead. So my thing is, it's the big brain of Dark Souls, which makes me like it more than Conan, because it's like I feel more accomplished when I do something. Yeah.
What's this?
Oh, it's for your armor. Oh. Yeah, for me, okay, this is a personal bias thing. It's like, I beat every single Borderlands except for one because it wasn't available for a while. And the reason why I can't replay Borderlands again, even though I love the game and I think it's amazing, is because it's an unfair fight. And that's what makes me mad about games like Conan, where their bosses are unfair to the player. Because I want to be able to beat the bosses alone in a timely manner. I don't want to have to wait 6 minutes brawling with a boss just to get it down to half health. It's like, for me, those endurance games, they are fun. They're fun to a point until the endurance just takes, 10, 15 minutes. But in a game, I'm going to bring it, Dark Souls, you can take down a boss, like I just said, in a minute or in 10 minutes. All depending on your skill level. For Madir, who is still the hardest boss, because he's fucking strong, for me, he takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes to beat each time. No matter how I play, 5 to 10 minutes, because I don't over level, really. It's just, I don't push for that extra so I can beat him in less time. But it's also like it's also a fair fight the entire time. You know, if Madeir gets a hit on me, I feel like I deserved it because I wasn't paying attention, except for that stupid tail swipe, which is fucking annoying. Sorry, rage. And it's like I'll be fighting a boss and I'll be blocking it, and then it'll clip through the shield and hit me, and I'm like, what? Or I'll fight a boss, get it down to half health, and it's been, you know, 7 minutes, and I'm like, and then I die, and I'm like, well, bye. You know, it's like you can only get your character so powerful in Conan before you fight something, but in Dark Souls, I can, if I spent the next 24 hours straight grinding the best spot, I could get my character to a point where he could like 3-shot some of the bosses, 2-shot some of the bosses. Oh yeah. See, I'm gonna. Yeah, there's my thing, is I have, you know, the Predatory Blade has 100 damage on it. My character has like 28 strength. So, I don't know how the strength scales in that game, I'm not too smart about that. But let's say I'm doing like 300 damage a hit, you know, good. It'd take me still, if I hit her every time, you know, if I took every advantage, it'd still take me a long time to kill her from 30k health. But it also, you know, it's gonna take half the time now to take her down, but it's still gonna take, you know, 10 minutes. And that's, you know, that's if I don't die. My strength is at 28, yeah. Actually, I think my strength is at 30, because I remember getting that one specifically. Probably, yeah. It's just, it feels unfair to me in Conan, so it kind of like, ugh. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'd probably just be tired of the grinding. That's one thing I hate about Ark, you know, it'd take like 6 hours to get one thing, and I'm like...
Is Hominy still here?
Yeah, he's probably just chilling.
Oh, he's at my base. That's why I was like, I was like, what's going on?
Hominy visits Reagan, visits the base he built Reagan. The fuck you do?
Himself.
His
body, he killed himself and his body's on the ground, but his person's back.
I think he just respawned at his bedroll. No, he died from, he didn't kill himself, he died from frostbite.
Oh, honey.
He must be AFK and he's in the snowy area, so the cold's killing him. No, in real life. In real life. In game, in the base.
He keeps respawning at my base because his bedroll's here.
How many PS4 isn't gonna Yeah, how many PS4 isn't gonna shut down from sleep mode then? Because, you know, he's just, something's constantly going on in the game.
Let's see, I've never built anything before.
Here, I have an idea. Pick up it. It's gonna sound like a dick, but pick up his bedroll so he just spawns in the desert next time he dies. Not yet, though. We'll see if he comes back. Maybe he just went AFK while we were talking. Kind of a dick move to pick up his bedroll when he comes back.
I'm trying.
I don't know. It's just for me yeah. Nah, dude. He's fallen asleep before, and I don't think he's died of. I'm gonna die to a bunch of rats, aren't I? That's depressing.
Found some wall. Let me get a wall.
I beat Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods, but I died to a bunch of rats. Should I just shoot him a text over PlayStation? Be like, "You up?" Question mark.
I just found some because I was like, So I thought I was just gonna put it there. So it can be more.
I'm trying to get to this bonfire, but I just got raped by rats on accident. I'm gonna get to this bonfire, and then I'm gonna end my stream. But I'm getting to this bonfire specifically because I gotta test my damage against the tankiest boss in the game, second tankiest. And I gotta test. It's a DPS test really, and I'm gonna see if I have enough. It's not hard to dodge his attacks. Like I could probably go in there with two of my healing Estus and be fine. I want to test if I have enough mana to even if I had 5 or it's gonna be like 10 mana flasks. I'm gonna see if I can deal enough damage to kill him before I run out. I'm just gonna DPS test him off screen, and then when I figure out a good strategy, I'm gonna stream it. But the thing is, I gotta get him down to almost dead when I DPS test and see how it all ends up.
I wonder why he's at my base.
He's probably gonna do something, and then he just passed the fuck out. He was probably on the loading screen. He's just.
He's on top of near my fountain, so.
Pour water on him. Warm up.
Protect Howdy.
Okay. Yeah, those disciples are really weak. I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna turn out to be like one of the stronger baseline thralls, but nothing better than a good name thrall. He's basically gonna be a berserker. No, I'm just meaning like. No. Alright, well I'm gonna end my stream. Thank you all for watching. We killed 3 bosses this run. We're up against Yorm, but